moving on to the next question, please. In the current situation, in the current time frame, have you ever noticed that donation is higher compared to that of real estate, Honorable Prime Minister?
Our donation has always been higher. I mean, that is a primary area that we have been promoting, primarily to raise revenue to supplement government's borrowing requirements and even to cover some of our routine expenditure. The real estate option, is not as potent as perhaps it ought to be. And one of the reasons too, you'll find that the infrastructure here in Antigua and Barbuda, is significantly more developed than the other OECS Caribbean countries. So they have great opportunity to expand their, let's say, property infrastructure, in the sense that there's a greater need in those countries compared to Antigua and Barbuda that traditionally has been, even without CIP, has been attracting a lot of investments in a number of high-end properties. In fact, we have the largest amount of high-end properties per capita within the Caribbean. We have a number of developments even dating back to the 1950s and 60s. So, for example, you have Mill Reef Club, which is a club that is owned by wealthy Americans going back to the times of the Mellon family. In fact, the Mellon family, they're one of the notable families that own properties there. You also have Jumbi Bay, that's a small offshore island. Typical property values there range between 15 million US and 50 million US. And there's several others, private resorts, high-end resorts. In fact, the most recent one that we attracted is on our sister island, Barbuda. And that is known as the Discovery Bay project. Discovery Bay is a US franchise, high-end franchise, and they have properties in Nevada, Wyoming, in Bahamas, Baker's Bay, Bahamas, and they have the El Dorado property in Cabo, Mexico. So we are now transitioning Antigua and Barbuda as a high-end destination to attract wealthy individuals and to reduce our dependence on, the large volumes of low-end tourists. And COVID itself would have justified that transition that we're making. Even Ambassador Calvin here, he's about to spend about $500 million US to do another high-end property at a former Jolly Beach resort, which is a 500-room resort. So we're now going to literally break that down and, transform it into a 100-room resort, but high-end resort that will be catering for extremely wealthy people.
Thank you so much, Honorable Prime Minister.